Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at just how good the AGL Ahms unit is after his Extreme Z Awakening in DBZ Dokkan battle. Now Ahms, well, he's a pretty cool unit. I think personally he's pretty rad, and I think overall he's really solid. So for me, a lot of the Dragon Ball Heroes free-to-play units are really good. Obviously, reduce stats a little bit and things like that, but generally speaking, he's pretty solid. So in terms of his kit, he's an Artificial Life Forms lead of 77%. This isn't really something too crazy. It's not something that's going to make you like amazingly strong or anything like that, personally speaking. But yeah, overall he is pretty good, I would say. Then of course you have his passive skill, attack and defense of 120%, along with also giving extreme class allies 2 key and defense of 30%. Artificial life forms category allies get 30% attack as well, and he gets an additional 30% attack when attacking. He also has an additional defense of 30% up to 150% in total when he is hit 5 times a battle. So pretty stock standard stuff, if I can be entirely honest. Nothing too crazy overall. I think most players will be happy with what he's got as a kit. I think, for me at least, he looks pretty solid. And yeah, I think overall he's definitely someone that you can use. In terms of his links, he's got Loyalty, Metamorphosis, Tough as Nails, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Fear and Faith, and Sharing the Limit. Kamehameha is a bit of a weird one. That one's never really going to work, but hey. And then, yeah, beyond that, he's just pretty good. So we'll take a look at just how good he can be, of course. But overall, I think he is a pretty decent unit. And we'll get a look at just how good his defense and all those other stats can really get altogether. Now, it's going to be difficult to see him fully build up in a Dokkan event, so we will be taking a sneak peek at him in another event fully built up after the Dokkan event. But it's always a good idea to just see what he kind of starts in and around at. Obviously, in terms of links, I think links are for him overall kind of weak. His general link package is not the strongest, I want to say. Yeah, it's not like he's filled with huge, really over the top great links. He's got Big Bad Bosses, which is really good. He's got Tough as Nails, which is really good. Loyalty is good, but just a little bit difficult for him to distinctively get. And then he's got Tough as Nails, which is good on an Android's team or on a Artificial Life Forms team. But yeah, there's obviously those type of things I think you do need to consider. But yeah, for me overall, his link set's okay. I'm going to put it in the distinctly average category. In terms of him though, he's looking pretty good. Obviously here we have a fair amount of support. We have just a really decent setup for him, but he's looking really solid overall. Decent defense, obviously that's going to build up. Attack wise, nothing too crazy that you're going to see. Roughly 2 millions or so from this guy. With Big Bad Bosses active and all the links active, you'll get obviously a little bit better. But yeah, generally speaking, you're not going to see huge attack stats out of him. He's more a pseudo support, which is obviously more than fine. And he's also, of course, more a defense orientated unit. But again, also more than fine. It's really not a problem, any of this with him. I think his kit overall is pretty good. So yeah. The big thing about this guy, I think, is just his decent synergy with other members of the Dragon Ball Heroes Extreme team. Artificial Life Forms is somewhat prevalent in that team, so that is something. And yeah, overall, I think he's pretty reliable on that team. Just as a pseudo support, he'll have decent defense after firing his super attack as well. And yeah, once you get him fully built up, he's going to be pretty reliable. Here we got him in a decent situation, 211,000 defense, which is pretty good. Not fully built up just yet as well, still missing a couple stacks. And yeah, overall he's looking reliable. He's looking decent. Obviously attack wise, we don't have Big Bad Bosses active, we don't have things like that, which is important. But yeah, overall he is looking pretty good. I think we will be able to get Big Bad Bosses active now with this attack, but it's not going to show us his defense, of course. But yeah, generally speaking, I think he does look pretty good. Obviously 2.2 million, not the highest attack stat, but not bad. Not like terrible in any way, shape or form. So overall, I think he's pretty good. I am happy with him as a unit. I do think, you could I don't think he's the best heroes unit. I mean, if you look at like Poutine can have like 250k defense before supering, and raises that quite significantly with all the stunning, with all the different kind of like abilities that she has. She's pretty good. So it is a little bit difficult in that sense, if you know what I mean, to say that, hey, he's distinctively fantastic. I just think he's good. He's really solid. He does provide support, which I think is always super duper good. And yeah, for me overall, I do think he's not a like top tier unit, but I think he's a really good free to play unit. He can do very high levels of difficulty, which is fine. He can do some pretty high-ish levels of difficulty, which is great. So yeah, overall, I'm honestly really happy with him. Yeah, we've got him fully built up, and the defense is sitting at 279k, which is really good. In terms of links, we have pretty much everything active except for Big Bad Bosses. Again, Big Bad Bosses will augment him quite a bit. So yeah, overall, like, he's looking solid. I think, there's nothing wrong with him as a unit. So for me personally, I'm more than happy with how he's kind of doing. For me, I think he looks great. I think he's operating well. I think he provides a lot to the team. Maybe attack-wise, a little bit lackluster. His link set does help with that. I mean, you can really, if you want to, invest in his link set. The problem is getting all the crucial links active. Like, he's got Tough as Nails, which is, really good, but Tough as Nails is not really something that he gets that prevalently, except for on the Androids team. And it is there, but Androids don't really have Big Bad Bosses. He links, weirdly enough, really well with Android 13 units, because he's one of the few units that has links like Tough as Nails and Big Bad Bosses. But on the same token, it's not entirely necessary to get everything. As long as you have Big Bad Bosses, I think you're fine. He's got his own real key system. He's got his own things like that. You don't need to get too into the nitty-gritty on trying to have him operating at 100%. I think he's more than happy to operate with 2 or 3 links and just provide you that pseudo support. And his links are great though. When you link level them, Big Bad Bosses obviously becomes that huge start of turn attack and defense. You've got Metamorphosis, which is another 10% attack and defense, which is really good. Fear and Faith, Shattering the Limit, more attack and defense, very common free-to-play link. So yeah, overall, like I said, he's not in any way, shape or form bad. He's not in any way, shape or form like bad at all. I think he's really good. I think he's a great support. I think he's a solid addition, and if you are looking for a bit of glue for your Dragon Ball Heroes team, I think he's really good in that sense. I think you're going to have a pretty decent time trying to use him. I do think if you're trying to prioritize him, trying to get him to have 6 links every time, it's just going to be super difficult. But if you're just having him float, do the business, and get you some good results, I think you're going to have a pretty good time overall. Kamehameha is just impossible for him to get, so I'm not even going to look at it. Obviously, he could technically get it with like Goku Black units and that, but generally speaking, I wouldn't say it's necessary to really start looking into. I just think, it's not really a link that you're going to want to prioritize, at least with him. But yeah, obviously guys, I do suggest picking up these units. Obviously, if you're running a Heroes team, or even not Artificial Life Forms, he is very helpful. I used him to clear Transformation Boost ESBR back in the day. So yeah, I still think he's pretty good. But that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. But until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.